Hey, Rick, do you have time to talk real quick? I was just wondering if you knew anything about these toys in our house.
Toys? What are you talking about, Helen?
Well, I just mean that I was cleaning around the house, and I went into the closet in our room, and I found a bunch of action figures and clothes that a little boy would wear. Do you have any idea what these are? Because we don't have a son, just a daughter that likes to nap a lot.
Okay, first of all, you shouldn't be poking around other people's stuff. I mean, don't you care at all about privacy? What is the matter with you, you stupid woman?
Excuse me? I just told you that I was busy cleaning the house. That includes the room. You've got some nerve talking to me like that when I am working so hard to take care of our kids and keep the house clean. Especially after the way that you yelled at me about how dirty the house was. You literally told me that I should request time off work to clean.
Oh, just shut up already. All I'm telling you to do is not go rifling through my stuff without permission. When I say clean the house, that doesn't mean go through all my stuff as if it's yours.
You really mean to tell me that you wouldn't be mad if I cleaned all the house but your room? Besides, all I want to know is what these clothes and toys are and what they're doing here. Did you forget that we had a little girl or something like that?
Of course I didn't do anything like that at all. I just bought all those things for Nina. I just haven't had time to give her those, and that's all. And that's why I left them in the closet for now.
So you're telling me that you get all these boys' clothes and toys for our daughter?
You really need to wake up. We're living in the 21st century. You can't just be putting all these expectations on children because of the gender. Don't you know that girls can like to play with action figures too? And boys' clothes are more neutral these days than anything else, so girls can wear them if they want.
Yeah, I guess you have a point there. But it still doesn't mean that all of this isn't very odd. And I guess more than anything, I had no idea that you were so progressive in that sense. Especially since I don't think you've ever bought Nina a piece of clothing or a toy before.
Well, I guess I'm full of surprises then, aren't I? But that's your fault for not thinking that I was capable of taking in new ideas or adapting to new times. Anyways, now that you know those are all for Nina, just leave them alone and don't touch them.
Helen, are you there? Just how long are you going to be staying out tonight, huh? I am really starting to hit the limits of my patience here. Come here and pick up your kid right now. Erica, what in the world are you talking about? And why are you texting me this late at night? Are you kidding me? Are you really telling me that you're that irresponsible that you don't even know I'm talking about your kid here? Just how long are you going to make me watch Nina for, huh? Can you please just hurry up and pick her up? I want to go to bed. I'm sorry, Erica, but I'm still really confused. I have no idea what you're talking about at all. I have no idea why you're even pretending to play dumb with this. Do you really expect me to hold on to her until morning? Because I am simply not going to go along with that. And just why do you think you can use me like a babysitting service this frequently anyways? Because I am getting sick of having to always be the one who watches over Nina. Erica, I really still have no clue what this is all about. What this is about is the fact that my house is not some free daycare service, okay? Now, just hurry up and come and get your kid from me. But Nina is here at home, sleeping, right next to me. What are you talking about? I mean that my daughter Nina is literally here right next to me, fast asleep. So I have no idea who I would be going to pick up if I went to your house, because I only have one daughter, and it's Nina. But then, wait, you're telling me that you only have a little girl? Yeah, that's right. Of course, Nina has male cousins like your son. But are you sure that you're not mistaking her for someone else? I remember you saying that so many relatives were having so many kids that it was getting difficult to keep track of them. But it was Rick that brought this kid to me. He brought them here and asked me to watch them. What do you mean Rick brought you this kid? Well, at first I tried telling him no, and that I'm really no good with kids. But he just wouldn't listen and did what he always does, leave them on my doorstep for me to watch anyway. And so, anyways, I've been taking care of this kid all day and all night. And now it's past midnight, and I want someone to come and pick him up. I see. But Rick had to leave for a business trip this morning. I even saw him off, and he was all dressed up for work. Wait, what? But I thought today was your anniversary. I thought that was why I was watching this kid in the first place. No, it's not our anniversary at all. That happened months ago. And we went out as a family to go eat somewhere together. But then, Hold on. I don't get it. Just whose kid is this that I've been taking care of then? Well, whatever is going on here, I can head to your place right now. Because apparently, Rick does have something to do with this. I'm going to wake up Nina to bring her too, so hold on for a second. Hey Rick, I'm really sorry to be calling you so late like this, but Nina said she really wanted to hear your voice. So that's why I was trying to call.
Oh, well, that's just a bit cute. I mean, I barely even left the house. But I don't think now is a good time for me to come to the phone. So if you could just please tell Nina that, and that I'll talk to her soon. That would be great.
But why can't you pick up the phone right now? I mean, I know you're on a business trip and all, but it's almost 2 a.m. I can't imagine that work is keeping you so busy that that's why you're still up, right?
Actually, one of the guys I came here with made some pretty big mistakes, so I'm in the room with him helping him fix this mess. I didn't actually go on this trip by myself, you know. They sent me with someone else from the office.
Oh, really? I didn't know that you had someone else there, but I feel like that's kind of odd for your company to send 2 people like that.
I guess that they wanted this to be a kind of learning opportunity for this other guy. But anyways, that's the reason why I can't talk on the phone right now, but I can send you the photos I've taken. Maybe you can show that to Nina to get her to quiet down for a while.
A picture, huh? Yeah, that could work. Why not send me a picture of you and your coworker together? I'm sure that Nina would love to see who you're there with.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, come on. It's already so late. Just do this now and I'm sure it'll be enough for Nina. Unless you can't because there isn't any coworker there, because you're just having a plain old affair right now. So go ahead and send me a photo of you and this other woman.
Wait, Helen, you've got this all wrong. I mean, you don't really think that I'm out cheating on you, do you?
I don't think, Rick. I know for a fact. So don't even bother trying to lie to me about that. I already know all of what's going on here. And I know that you dropped off this woman's kid with your sister to watch over while you were gone. But you also told Erica that you were going to be away on a business trip.
Oh, shoot. Well, I guess there isn't really much use in trying to hide anything from you now, is there?
You know, I got a call from your sister asking me to go and pick up our kid from her house. But Nina was in the house with me. And when I did go to her house, there was some little boy there that I had never seen. Which means that those toys and clothes I found earlier had to be for this kid. Am I right?
No. You really do have this all wrong. And this boy has nothing to do with those things you found in the closet earlier.
Okay then. Why don't you go ahead and tell me the truth then? You said yourself that I found out everything, right?
Did I? That was just a typo. You know my fat thumbs with this tiny keyboard, right? The fact is that I'm not having an affair or anything like that with you.
But you just said that I found out the truth and that you were.
I know, but I was lying. I really am just away on a business trip. And the person I'm with is nothing but a coworker.
Okay, well then what about the boy that you asked Erica to watch for you? What do you have to say about him?
Right, that boy. Well, obviously he's my coworker's kid. And I had to ask Erica to watch him while we were away on the business trip.
Oh, really? Because Erica has told me that this isn't the first or even the second time she had to watch this little boy.
Well, that's because my coworker has a really hard time trying to find a good babysitting service. I mean, things are so expensive these days, you know? And so I just wanted to try and help out as someone who was supposed to be giving them this training.
So you're really going to try sticking to this coworker's story of yours then? I guess I can just call your work first thing tomorrow and find out the truth myself.
Wait, what? Come on, you don't have to go and do that.
Well, I wouldn't, but there's just one thing that's not adding up. One of this little boy's backpack, one of his parents' contact information is written down. And it says that this little boy's mom is a woman named Delilah Brown. So are you still going to keep pretending that this is just some coworker's kid?
Okay, wait, please, just don't jump to any conclusions. And whatever you do, don't call my company. They have nothing to do with this.
Well, I could figure out that much by myself. But I really doubt that they would like to hear of the trouble you've caused all in the name of going on business trip for your company.
You wouldn't really report anything about this to them, would you?
I'm going to give you one last chance to tell the truth, Rick. Now tell me whose child this is. If you tell me right now, then I won't tell your company.
It's the son of the woman that I've been having an affair with. There, are you happy?
Now that we have that settled, I want you to come back here right away. You and I have a lot to talk about.
You mean you want me to go all the way back home right now? But it's the middle of the night. How am I supposed to do that?
I guess you had better hire an Uber or something, because I want you and this Delilah lady here right now.
I don't believe this. This can't be happening.
It is, and I know that you've been lying to me about this for a long, long time. But I never would have thought that you were cheating on me. And then to force your sister to watch this woman's kid while you two go away together? You really are just an idiot, do you know that? And this Delilah woman sounds like a real piece of work too. I mean, entrusting her child to some stranger so she can go fool around with you? It's awful.
Wait, no, you don't get it. The thing is that Erica's actually the kid's aunt.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Delilah's son is also my son.
I don't believe it. You mean to tell me that you've been hiding the secret child from me this whole time? And what about our daughter? What about our family?
Well, I mean, you know that I love you too, but this kind of just happened.
I don't even know what to say. I am beyond anger at this point. But you two need to get back here right now. We need to settle this once and for all.
Erica, come on. Open the door, please. I came back and you're still not going to let me back in the house?
Tell me, Rick, do you have any idea what time it is? I thought Helen told you to get back here first thing in the morning. Well, it is almost evening. Besides, if you're looking for Helen, she isn't here. Her and Nina are both not here, in fact.
But then, where are they? Why am I here?
You're here because you were always dumping your son on me to watch him. When I told Helen about what was going on, at least she offered to pay for all the free labor that you had gotten out of him. In fact, she told me exactly where you hid all the money that you thought nobody else knew about. And when I opened up your safe, I saw that you had $3,000 stashed away. So I took all that money as back payment for the child watching services I did for you.
You took all of my money? You've got to be kidding me. But fine, whatever. Can you at least tell me where my wife and kid are right now? Just let me in the house so we can talk about this.
I'm sorry, but you are not going to be getting in this house. I don't want to see your dirty, cheating face ever again, in fact. In fact, if I did let you in, I can tell you that I wouldn't be able to hold back from socking you right in the face. But if you really must know, your wife and kid are back at her parents' house where they are safe from you. She actually dropped by in the afternoon to see if you had come, but I told her that you still hadn't shown up. I think she did want to talk to you about all of this, but when she thought you were cowering out of it, she gave up and went back to her parents' house. And no, I don't think that she ever wants to talk to you ever again.
You've got this all wrong. I mean, I said the wrong things. And I tried to come back in time, but there was nothing leaving that would have let me arrive any sooner.
Why don't you just go and tell your wife all these excuses to her instead of me? Because I really don't care how you try and justify any of this to yourself.
So then, do you really think that if I go to her parents' house that Helen would talk to me?
Why on earth do you think I would have the answer to that question? And not that you've asked about your other child, but he's with our parents, so you can go and pick him up as well.
Wait a second. Does that mean that Mom and Dad know all about what's going on there?
That's right, and they were not happy to learn what you had been up to. So it sounds to me like you've got a lot to deal with. Hey, I finished signing my portion of the divorce papers, so I'll be sending them to you to sign. And you should know that I'm going to be suing you and Delilah for your affair. Not to mention the fact that you're going to have to pay child support.
Please, don't do this to me, Helen. You have to know this is all just one big mistake.
No, trust. I know just what a mistake being with you was now. But that's why we're getting a divorce. And once we're through with it, I'm going to block you on everything and never talk to you again.
Please, you have to reconsider. You can't do this to me. I mean, I don't want to lose you and Nina.
Why? What does it matter when you have a whole other family you can go home to? A whole other wife and kid even. I don't see why you need Nina and I around.
But you don't get it. Delilah's kid isn't actually mine. We're not connected by blood at all.
What are you talking about? The other day you told me that he was your son.
I know, but it was only after that Delilah told me that it was a lie and that we weren't related at all. He's some other guy's son. So I was being lied to this whole time too.
You have got to be kidding me.
Well, the thing is that when you said you were going to leave me, I was sure that I had no other choice but to marry Delilah. But then she went and admitted that her son was never mine and that she also was lying to me about that.
So then you and that boy really aren't related at all?
If what Delilah says can be trusted, I guess not. But I already knew that she had some other men on the side, so I'm not all that surprised. Although I guess she lost contact with the father before she could make him take responsibility, so that's why she told me the kid was mine.
So then you tricked me and you were being tricked by her. But surely you must have had some sense that the kid wasn't your son, right?
What makes you say that?
Because you still call the child yours. It's clear that even if you two aren't related by blood, that you still feel like a father to this boy.
Well, that isn't my fault. She tricked me into being there for him. But the only real child of mine is Nina, so please don't take her away from me.
If you didn't want this to happen, then you should have never cheated on me in the first place. Now hurry up and sign the divorce papers, or else I'm never going to let you even have visiting rights with Nina.
You wouldn't really do that to me, would you?
Of course I would. Do you have any idea just how betrayed I feel right now? It's like my whole married life has been a lie because of the way you tricked me. But you didn't just trick me. You even lied to your sister and roped her into watching Delilah's son so that the two of you could go and carry on your affair. You ruined the trust you had with so many people who loved and cared about you. And for what? Well, I don't want to hear any more excuses from you. You are going to take responsibility for what you've done, divorce me, pay the alimony and child support, and that is that. Now, the next time you hear from me, it will be to discuss when our lawyers can meet. But until then, I don't want to hear, see, or even have to think about you. After that, Rick finally saw the light and agreed to divorce me without putting up any more of a fight. I was really worried that he was going to drag this process out. His parents, however, were so furious with him that they practically forced him to sign the papers. By the time it was all done, Rick was so ashamed that he just wanted to pay everything at once so as to never deal with either of us again. I wasn't even sure when he would be able to visit with Nina in his state, but that meant that he had to pay alimony, the legal fees from the lawsuit, as well as child support in a lump sum that left him drowning in debt. Rick wasn't the only one being sued, however. I also sued Delilah for her affair with my husband. In court, she tried to talk to me mother to mother and explain that she wouldn't be able to afford such hefty fines and still be able to take care of her son. But I just told her that as a mother, it was her job to explain to her son why this was happening. She realized I was going to show no mercy and ended up paying the court's fine in full. I hear that Rick still goes to Delilah's house now and then and plays with her son. I don't know what's going on in his head at all, but I think this might be his way of trying to make up for all the lives he ruined with his foolishness. Nikki, are you there? I need to speak with you about something. I assume that you've heard about my marriage from somewhere, right? Oh, hello, Joe. Yes, I did. I heard about it from another person in the department. Congratulations on the marriage, Joe. Even though you're congratulating me right now, I can't help but detect a hint of sarcasm behind what you're saying. It's just funny how someone like you, someone who stole Connor away from me, is able to congratulate me without causing drama. I don't know how many times I have to say this to you, Joe. I didn't steal Connor away from you. I married Connor around the same time that we were all interacting together, but you weren't dating him then, were you? However, suddenly, after my marriage to him, you started getting angry and said that you liked him more than I did and that I stole him away from you. Well, if it weren't for you interfering with us, I would have been able to start dating him sooner. I was the one that should have been getting married to Connor. You're nothing but a predatory woman to me. All you do is steal men from women. That's not anywhere near the truth, Joe. Well, after all that nonsense, I'm finally getting married to another man anyways. I'm telling you this now. I didn't compromise with another man because I couldn't get Connor back, just so you know. I found a man who's way better and more handsome than Connor. My fiancé just so happens to be a manager of a company, so of course he's better than Connor. Well, that's actually great. Good for you, Joe. A huge congratulations to you and your upcoming nuptials. Well, duh. Of course I know it's great, Nikki. I knew I could get myself a successful man. That's why I intend on giving you a special invitation to the wedding. So because of that, please be sure you can attend the ceremony. You need to be there to watch me get married. Is this for real? But shouldn't people from work be invited to the wedding as well? That's what I've heard from other people. I don't think I'm going to call people from work to tell them to come to my wedding. After all, the groom is a company manager. Everyone will just be super jealous of me marrying him, so what's the point in inviting them to something they aren't going to celebrate anyways? But I don't get why you would do that. I don't think people would be jealous. I think they'd want to celebrate. I don't understand why I'm the only one from work who's invited. It's already been decided, okay? So that's it. You should show off your victory in this. You should feel special. What? I don't get what you mean. I want to show you how happy I am to you. The one who stole Connor from me. Of course you can invite your husband to the ceremony too. Connor is such an idiot. He threw me away like trash and chose you, who is only young and has no merits. I'll show him the fish he missed out on reeling in. What the heck are you on about, Joe? Why are you speaking about us like this? I got wind that Connor's work doesn't see him be going very well. Even though you took the opportunity to become independent from the company after marrying him. And now he's making you live with your mother. Connor really is an idiot if I'm being honest. If you just had let me marry him, you wouldn't be going down such a crappy pathway. I'm not unhappy with Connor, and I don't think he's unhappy with me either. We really enjoy living together as a couple, and we have a lot of fun and joy in our lives. You know, it's no use trying to desperately appeal your happiness. It's such a waste of conversation. It's a huge victory for me that I'm getting to marry a man who is way better than Connor, and that's many times over. So, I'll send you an invitation later, so please make sure you both come to the ceremony. Of course, that is an order. You've got no choice but to listen to your boss and come to my wedding ceremony. I want to see you both in a seat at the venue.
Hey, Nikki. How are you doing? An invitation to Jill's wedding ceremony just got delivered to you. But I don't get why my name is also on the invitation as well as yours. Does this mean I should come to her wedding too?
Oh my god. She actually wasn't joking about sending me an invitation. This is just great, and both of us are on it. Ugh.
What do you mean? What's going on?
Didn't I tell you the other day that Jill's wedding date has been decided? Actually, at that time I was talking with her, she said that she wanted both of us there at the ceremony. She wants to sell how happy she is to us, especially to you, Connor. It's so weird.
What's that supposed to mean? What does she mean by sell her happiness to us?
She wants to prove that she's happy, but she still has some ties to you. She has been in love with you for a long time, and then her subordinate, that's me, goes and apparently steals you from her. But you didn't choose her, and got with me instead because I was younger than her. And she basically turned around and called you stupid.
You've got to be kidding me right now. Nikki, what is with her? I can't believe this. Is she still saying things like that after all this time?
I've also been hiding what she's been saying for a long time. It makes it tough to go to work and be around her. I'm the only one who has a strong sense of success in the office. But now, I just want to give up all my work. Now I'm doing about 80% of Jill's work, which is sales. It sucks.
Are you serious? But I thought that the jobs that you both do was to do with managing internal systems, right? Even though it's a busy department with not many people, you shouldn't be doing so much. So, you're also doing some of Jill's work as well as your own?
I try to warn Jill several times about what she's doing in the office, but she won't take the time to understand me at all. She said she couldn't do as much work because of how I stole you from her. That's why I should take on some more responsibilities and do the work.
Nikki, that's insane. That's not how a workplace should be managed. That's not fair to you.
But lately, she seems to be in a really good mood, so she stopped giving me an unreasonable amount of work. I was wondering what happened, but I didn't expect that it was because she's about to get married to some guy. And on top of that, the person she seems to be getting married to is a great company manager. Apparently someone who's 10 times better than you.
Oh, okay. That's kind of crazy. So she wants to show us what she treasures the most?
Yeah, something like that. I can't refuse the invitation because I'm under her at work and she's my boss. I don't want to go alone. I'm sorry, but could you come with me?
Of course, Nikki, we can go together. It's no problem. If you want to show her how happy we are, we can do that too. Let's congratulate the happy couple on their special day with smiles and just be adults about all of this.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing we can do. What about your job? Will they be okay with it? I noticed that you've been having a lot of work meetings fall on the weekend lately.
That's okay. We should be fine with it. I've recently gained a lot of overseas clients, so every single one of them understands that I need to prioritize my private life over work sometimes. Even if I told them that I have been invited to a wedding and would have to change the meeting times, they'd reply in seconds. I can reschedule our meetings for a different time so we can go and enjoy the wedding together.
Wow, that's great, Connor.
I mean, it's thanks to you for giving me such good advice about work. You told me that it would be better to expand our customer base overseas, which is why we're in such a good position today.
But I only gave just a little bit of advice to you. Your web designs received a high amount of praise from a lot of people overseas. The most amazing thing about this is that you were able to get everything back on track and become successful. Well, because of that too, I don't have the best track record with Jill, and so she misunderstands what I say to her a lot.
What do you mean she misunderstands you?
Actually, she seems to think that your work isn't going well at all. She doesn't seem impressed by what you do. It seems that she's unaware of your overseas clients and your achievements.
Well, let her misunderstand that then. It doesn't matter. I'm sure she'd still fall in love with her groom, even if I was a failure. Then she won't be paying attention to us anymore. Maybe all the harassment she's been giving you will stop.
I hope so. I'm so frustrated about the whole thing. You're working so hard at your work. Even though we live with my mother as she has poor mobility, I can't believe Jill would turn around and call you a failure.
The people that wish to understand do understand us, so everyone else doesn't matter. What if she finds out that we're living a happy life? I don't know what Jill's man would do if he found out she was in love with me once. My job is going well. I have a really cute wife, and my mother-in-law's lovely and is an amazing cook. What's not to love? I think I made the best decision in marrying you.
Aw, thank you, Connor. You're so sweet and kind. I really needed to hear that. Well then, can you please read the wedding invitation and circle that we're going to attend, please? Let's go and celebrate Jill's wedding together on their special day. Hey, we need to have a little chat. You better answer me, Nikki. No matter how much you regret my happiness, canceling at the last minute is a terrible thing, isn't it? Plus, you had to go and lie that your mother collapsed. I didn't lie about that, it's true. She actually collapsed. It was early this morning, just before we were about to leave, that she collapsed. She hit her head pretty hard in the fall, so she was rushed to the hospital to be tested for a concussion. What the heck? So did you end up calling for an ambulance? If you did, and she's being looked after, then you both can come straight to the wedding venue, please. I mean, like, right now. It's not like she's gone forever, and you've got other priorities at the moment, so you need to get here now. Are you for real, Jill? Do you really think I would prioritize you over my own mother? Do you realize that my mother hasn't regained consciousness yet? If her heart is still beating, then surely she'll open her eyes in no time at all. I don't see what the problem is. You both need to leave the hospital and get over to the wedding venue immediately. I want you to hurry up and see for yourselves how happy I am with my man. Well, I'm sorry, but we'll not be coming to your wedding. Not now that my mother's in the hospital. I can't be happy and celebrate someone's wedding day if my mother has collapsed and won't open her eyes. Well, you say that, but it's really because you don't want to see me happy, isn't it? I'm talking about being selfish much, Nikki. If you don't come to my wedding today, then you've left me no choice but to fire you. Are you serious, Jill? You're going to fire me over this? Not only did you steal Connor away from me, but you've ruined my entire wedding and how it was supposed to go. I'll have the pleasure in firing such a smart aleck subordinate. You're fired. This is way too much. You can't just do this to me over a message. Oh, shut up, would you? If you don't want it to happen, then get over here right now. Would you please stop treating me like this? It isn't fair. How much longer do I have to live with you being so unreasonable towards me? What? Me? Unreasonable to you? Don't say such rubbish. You do, even when I never stole Connor from you. I didn't even know that you had a crush on him. I was harassed at work every day, and then you go on complaining about me afterwards. And if I don't show up to your wedding, I could get fired? I can't just abandon my mother in the emergency room. She needs someone to be there when she wakes up. She's hurt, for crying out loud. I don't care. If you can't show up to my wedding, you're fired from your job. From tomorrow, you can pack up your things from your desk and never step foot in the office ever again. Okay then, that's fine. You're going to live to regret the decisions you've made today. Okay, you keep telling yourself that, Jill. Even if I regret getting fired, at least I'll never know truly what I did wrong, which is nothing. Even if you come crying to me later about what's going on, I'm not going to help you. What are you even talking about, Nikki? Why would I come crying for you? You need to submit your resignation letter to the company immediately. Hey, you, Nikki, why didn't you come back to work? I just got back from my honeymoon and I brought souvenirs. If you don't come by the office soon, I won't be able to give you one. I've already resigned from my position at the company, so I can no longer come to the office. I don't need any souvenirs, so please give it to someone else. What? Really? When did you resign from your job? When you were off on your honeymoon. Since I didn't show up to your wedding, you told me to hand in my resignation letter. So I did what you told me to do, and I handed it in. Really? Are you lying? Did you actually do that? That's just a thing I said that meant nothing. It's almost like it came out of nowhere. So who's going to be doing my job now? Well, I don't know who'll be doing that. How about you try doing some of your work yourself instead of someone else? Are you kidding me, Nikki? You can't talk to your own boss like that. Watch your attitude. I don't need to because you're not my boss anymore, remember? I quit my job at the company. Oh, really? Is that so? That's fine by me. I wonder if the company will run as smoothly without you. If I can't ask you to do my job for me, I'll just ask someone to do my work. All right, of course. If that's the case, I'll give my work to other departments in the company. With my authority as a manager, I will ask another company to do some of the work for me. Actually, my husband works for a systems company. He's good at working with difficult system management stuff. I can't believe you're giving out your own work for outside companies to do. What kind of work are you doing if you're handing off all the stuff you're supposed to do? Well, all I've got to do is pretend that I'm working really hard. Once I got married, I lost all motivation to work. The important thing here is how quickly I can return to my sweet husband. I still can't believe you can't just do this to other people. That's why all the work in our department is outsourced to my sweet husband's company. Then his company sales will increase, and I can work easily and not have to do so much. I'm so stunned by all of this that I've got nothing to say. I'm no longer your subordinate, so it doesn't matter to me what you do. And besides, it would be nice if your darling husband signed an order contract. My system is too complicated, so I think I'll turn it down. There's no way my husband would refuse, especially for the sake of his sales. Maybe I should be sneaky and increase the contract amount. Hey, answer your phone, Nikki. What on earth is going on? My husband can't accept orders to manage a system. He says he can't move at all without his predecessor. Well, that's why I told you that it would be rejected. Basically, you're completely devoted to screwing me over. I did most of the system administration for our company. I then resigned without someone taking over. As I expected, there's nothing to take over, so it would be reckless to let an outside company into our system. Well, the company can afford that without having to take over anything, because it specializes in system management. However, our system management is quite complex. On top of that, there are only a few people there and the work is huge, and now you're giving it away to outside companies. And then you turn the work down as it's too complicated and requires too much work. That's why we have this department. If you're the manager, you should know that, right? Excuse me? Well, there's no way you would know then. The work you left to me whilst you sat in your chair all day doing nothing. That's why everyone in the department created an automation program that was led by me, as we could reduce the amount of work we needed to do. But then, you went and fired me, so they don't know what to do anymore. I feel so sorry for the people in your department, but I had to resign completely. The company system is almost non-functional. So what will happen to this department from now on? Well, you're going to have to handle almost all the system management work from now on. There's no reason why a boss can't do the job that a subordinate can do. Of course you can do it, right? That's impossible. I can't do all that work. I'm not good at this kind of thing. I just boasted to the people around me so that I could get promoted. I can't manage these systems. Then you'll need to ask your husband for help, won't you? Tell him you don't know how to do your job because you handed all the work off to the people under you. And that you can't do it all by yourself, so you need to make an order with him so he can do it. But I can't do that. I can't just go and tell him all those things. I don't know what he's going to think of me if I tell him what I've actually been doing at work. Then I don't know. I told you not to come running to me for help. I don't need this crap from you after how you treat me at work. But you can't just leave me here to deal with all this mess. You need to come back to work and help me out. My husband is going to get so angry with me. There's no way I'm helping you after the way you've treated me and what you've said about Connor. So, if you'll excuse me, I've got other things that need attending to. Good luck with managing the office system. After that, the people in the department wanted me to come back, otherwise they would quit. Jill was so ashamed that she came over to my house and begged for forgiveness. Eventually, the people from higher up were brought in to clean up her mess. They told me I don't have to come back, but to take over Jill's job, and they said I'd be compensated. I went there for just a few days to help with the handover. During that time, Jill was banned from seeing me and was confined to her house. When she returned, she was told to take responsibility for what she did, and she was fired. Also, her husband wanted a divorce once he found out everything, and now she's lost everything. She cried until she couldn't anymore, but it was too late. The damage was done.
Hey, Clara. If you found yourself another boyfriend, you have to tell me that right away. We've been good friends ever since the two of us were little babies, right? And that's the whole reason why I won't tell you. Do you even know how many of my partners you've come and stolen from me now over the past 12 to 15 years? Ever since middle school, the moment you found out I made a boyfriend, you'd stab me in the back and steal him away from me. Well, you can relax now because I no longer plan to steal any more of your guys from you. Because soon I'm going to be getting married. Huh? You're getting married, Bailey? And not just that. The man I'll be marrying is the oldest son of a CEO. I'll be marrying the son of a very famous company, Green Holmes' CEO. Wow. So in other words, you'll be marrying into a really high-class family. And the kind of family where you'll pretty much be set for life, right? I believe so, Clara. His dad is also really happy that I'm coming, and I'm happy that I've won the lottery with that family. My life is perfect right now. Well, that's really amazing for you, Bailey, and congrats on the marriage. I may not have many fond memories of you, thanks to you, but this is still something to celebrate about. Thank you. So now that you know how things are going with me, can you tell me a little bit about your guy? What kind of company is he working for, and what does he have to offer you? Oh wait, someone like you probably can't find a man that has anything to offer. Unlike me, you're just a little bit too ugly and can barely understand the meaning of the word cute, right? Huh? The last man I was with was just the same as you in every way. Actually, every man you've ever been with has had nothing good about them. And it's clear why they were all dating you in the first place. Weird that you say that when you went out of your way to steal all of them from me. So don't forget that means all your ex-boyfriends were also just as bad as mine. Huh? I never meant anything serious with any of those men back in the day. I never took a single one of them from you because I actually had no feelings towards them. I just decided to steal them because I found you a complete mess back then. What? Are you serious? Of course I am. There's no way a natural beauty like me would find any form of connection with any of those gross men from back then. If the person I'm with isn't on my level or better, then I'll never be able to find a way to love them. So then what was your reason for backstabbing me so many times back then? You must just like the toxic idea of being a total prick, and that's why you did it? I already told you, right? I did it because you were, and still are, gross. Unlike your gorgeous good friend, you are an ugly mutt. And back then, an ugly mutt like you getting a boyfriend before a beauty like me was unacceptable. You're kidding, right? That's the reason for stealing all those guys from me back then? I have always been looking for a man to fill my requirements that I could love. A man with a lot of money, who's both tall and handsome, and kind enough to spoil me to anything and everything I desire is the kind of man I'd been looking for. But a man of that level never seemed to appear in front of me for some time. Yet while I was struggling to find my man, you kept finding all kinds of guys to go out with. Seeing some gross loser being happy with all those men was disgusting, and that's why I stole them from you. What you're saying right now is just insane, Bailey. First of all, how would you ever find such a high-level man like that when everyone around us were all students still? That was pretty childish of me to think back then, wasn't it? But after all these years, I found my man. He and I have decided on marriage now, so whoever you date now has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to do something selfish like steal them from you anymore, so you can relax. All right, I'll try my best to relax around you then. I can finally say that those days of losing my boyfriends to you are completely gone. Well, to be fair, I never actually want any more of your gross boyfriends around me. So now, have a great one with that nasty man of yours. I'm going to be preparing for a life of wonder and excitement with my handsome and wealthy man.
Clara, know that I'm never going to turn my back on you for any other woman, okay? Today I met with your best friend from back in the day, but she is in no way my type of woman, okay?
What?
You had told me about her a little before, right? You had a friend that was really good looking, and that anytime you got a boyfriend, she'd come and steal them from you. But you really don't have to worry about me. No matter how any woman tries to get me to be with them, I'm not going to stagger and will always be by your side. I cannot be fooled by any of them, so please don't worry about me.
Thank you, Lance. I'm sorry if I've been worrying a lot about things lately.
No, I'm your boyfriend after all, so it's my job to make sure you feel comfortable and can trust me. Once I finish up some of my work here, I'll be going right back home. I won't even give anyone the chance to go out drinking with me and trying to steal me from you. And to make sure of that, let's make sure to call and text every day. Doing that should give you a bit of relief, right?
I'm so thankful that you're thinking so much about me. But you don't have to do all that now. Bailey told me that this time she's getting married to the man of her dreams. And so she told me she won't be coming to steal you from me anymore.
Huh. Is that so?
Well, she told me that from the start, the only reason she'd go through all the trouble of stealing my boyfriends was because she could never find a man that she wanted. But now that she does have the man of her dreams and plans to marry him, I should be safe from her.
Are you telling me that that was her reason for hurting you so much back then? Something like that is totally screwed up and pisses me off. But I'm glad it all should be over. I guess we really don't have to worry anymore now, right?
At the moment, after talking to her a little bit ago, it seems the only thing on her mind is getting money from the guy. So I don't even think I'll ever have to talk with her again from now on.
Well, people changing a lot after marriage is pretty common. So she might just end up forgetting about you after. But that sounds like the perfect thing to me. Having one of the main problems in your life vanish will make me so happy.
That's right. She's always been the best looking in the class ever since we were little, and so it's natural for her to find a man that fits her character. And apparently he's the son of a CEO, and he works for that huge company, Green Homes, with Bailey's dad also working there.
Huh? Her dream man is at Green Homes? Is that what your friend told you today?
That's right. She seemed very confident in herself when she bragged to me about it. And apparently her dad has also been a pretty big man in the company, and I think still works there to this day. I remember her always talking about him when we were younger, so I believe they're all at Green Homes.
But that's a bit strange. I've not heard anything about that sort of stuff.
Huh?
I'm sorry to ask this, but can you explain what's going on in a bit more detail, please? That marriage that your friend will be having, I think I might have more to do with it than I first thought.
I'm not sure I get what you're saying, but okay. We can talk more about this in detail the next time we meet, okay? Clara! I'm sure that the invitation to my gorgeous wedding has arrived at your place, right? Yeah, the invitation that's all sparkly and covered in golds and silvers. I have never seen an invitation this gaudy before. Well, this is the wedding to the man of my dreams, so I had to make sure everything, and I mean everything, looks like lots of money. Just know that that's the least flashy thing about this wedding, okay? The wedding itself is going to be out of this world with expensive foods and drinks and all sorts of golden decorations. I guess the wedding of someone as elite as your fiancé has to be on a completely different level compared to everyone else's. I can even see that the place of the wedding is going to be at that very fancy and well-regarded church. I'm sure that everyone in the area will be made aware of a wedding like your guys's. So you should be thankful that I thought of inviting you to a wedding like this. You are my good friend, after all, so that's my reason for inviting you. If it wasn't for you being a good old friend of mine, I'd never invite some ugly mutt to my wedding. Ah, is that so? Well, I guess I am thankful that you thought of me. I think I'll be required to go to your wedding now. Well, if that's the case, make sure to RSVP as soon as possible. And the other thing is that the cost to get in is no less than $1,000. You're my good friend after all, so I'm sure you don't want to embarrass me, right? Huh? You want me to pay at least $1,000 to get in? Can't I just give you a well-thought-out present or something else? No, it's the money or no entry. And that shouldn't be a problem. I went out of my way to invite you to such a gorgeous wedding after all. And to be able to afford such a wedding, we ask that all our guests pay up at least a little to be here. Seriously? But because of that price, I'll make sure to give you all a wedding to remember. I'll make sure that the wedding hall is filled with all the finest flowers and decorations. And the food will be prepared by a 3-star Michelin chef. And my fiancé said he'll have a lot of his friends coming to the wedding as well. So that has to mean a lot of other well-off young men and celebrities will be there. So paying $1,000 for something as amazing as the wedding should be an easy payment to make, right? And that really is amazing. I never thought there could be a wedding as spectacular as you're making yours sound. Well, this is for the son of a large company CEO, so of course the wedding has to be outstanding and expensive. So make sure to help support us with that $1,000 entry fee. At least this one time you won't be some gross woman, but rather my good friend from way back. So I expect at least $1,000 from you on the day of the wedding. I'm looking forward to the day of your wedding. And you cannot cancel before the wedding after already RSVPing, okay? So don't make any excuses like not having the money before my wedding, okay? If you in any way cause me some kind of embarrassment, I will never be able to forgive you. I'm not going to cancel on you, so don't worry about it. This kind of wedding is going to be crazy with the amount of laughter coming from it, so I can't miss it. So don't feel as though I'd want to miss a single second of it. Huh? What do you mean this wedding is going to be crazy with laughter? I'm not trying to make some joke out of this wedding, Clara. No, don't worry about that. Now, I look forward to seeing you on the day of your wedding. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this huge wedding with the man of your dreams will turn out for you. Oh, wait, what the hell is going on here? What do you mean that my fiancé isn't the man of my dreams and isn't the next CEO of that company? Why is he just the son of some small contracting firm? Why do I have to marry some loser like him now? Now, calm down just a little, Bailey. You chose to get married to him in the first place, right? I heard that he was the son of a very large and well-off company, and that's why I wanted to get married to him. My dad told me that I'd be getting to marry the son of the CEO. And when I was going out to meet him for the first time, he was my type of guy and everything. And that's why I chose to marry him, but now I'm being told he's just the son of some contracting company CEO? This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this. Can you please calm down just a bit more? Your dad wasn't messing with you or anything when he showed your fiancé to you. The man you are with just happened to have a lot of failures within the same company that your dad's at and was moved back to his father's smaller contracting company. That's all, Bailey. You, for some reason, just chose to think that he was the son of the CEO of Green Homes and not for one of the contracting groups there. I didn't even know something like that had happened within the company that my dad's in. My dad never told me anything about that sort of thing besides introducing me to the guy. Well, maybe that's because your dad is just like you, and his pride is just far too huge to handle. He just wanted to make himself look good to everyone else by bragging that you'd be marrying the son of the CEO at Green Homes. So I can see why he'd never tell you the truth about your man. And I mean, you're his cute baby girl, so he didn't want to hurt your feelings. I assumed that by being able to marry the man of my dreams, he'd be able to promote my dad and everything there. I just wanted everyone in my life to turn out happy from this marriage. Well, I think your dad is still happy with things, right? I just heard him talking with your husband's father just a second ago behind me. He said that after the wedding, he'd be allowing your dad to get a little bonus from his contracting group. And then they both thanked one another like it was some kind of a business deal. That means my dad was hiding all of this from me for himself. He forced me to marry this guy all so he could get a bonus? You really had no idea what you were getting into then. I understand that you want to blame your dad for all this, but isn't it also your fault for getting way too excited about something you didn't fully understand yet? I didn't do anything wrong, though. And I do not want to be married to some low-level son of some low-level contracting company. I have always been the best-looking woman around compared to everyone else. So the only man I should be getting married to are those on my level with lots of money and good looks. I cannot be married to some loser who's below me and doesn't have the money that I need.
I'm sorry, but you'll never be chosen by anyone who's the son of a large company CEO. After all, you're not my type at all.
Huh? Who is this? Who the hell is talking to me right now?
A little while back, you and I had met for a little bit, but I don't think you remember me. This is the man that is currently dating Clara.
Aha! you're that poor soul that's going out with that mutt Clara. I'm sorry, but I don't have the time to chat with someone like you. So can you shut up for me and hand the phone back to that hag?
I'm not just some random person to what's going on right now, and so I think I'll stay. Actually, I'm the son of the CEO of Green Homes.
Huh? You're the son? The son of the CEO of Green Homes? The poor loser that I saw a while back that's dating Clara is...
Yeah, I may be pretty plain, but I am his son. Yet somehow, over the past few weeks, it seemed as though there was some confusion and you thought you'd be getting married to me. Yet somehow, over the past few weeks, it seemed as though there was some confusion and you thought you'd be getting married to me. When I had first heard about that from Claire, I was shocked.
Huh? Wait, just 1 minute. There's no freaking way you're the son of Green Homes CEO. There's just no way that Clara could ever get a man like that to date her. And just a while back, she told me that the boyfriend was just some simple office worker.
That's right, and I'm just some simple office worker. I'm working in my dad's company right now, but I don't use the excuse of being his son to get any special treatments. So at the moment, I'm just some simple employee working for a super big company. And actually, to be honest, I've been keeping all of that a secret from Clara as well.
Excuse me?
But after hearing that you thought you'd be marrying me, I had to come clean with her and tell her that I'm the son of Green Home CEO. But at least this was all in good timing, so thank you. No, the two of us are going to get out of here. Clara just told me that she got to see the best part of the wedding already, and it's time to go home. And I only came to pick her up and leave.
Huh? Wait a second, please. The two of you are leaving now?
Please continue to enjoy this rather expensive-looking wedding. Whether he's the son of a large company or a similar contracting company, he's still the son of a CEO. So congratulations on marrying him.
You give your boyfriend to me right now. I'm going to be the one getting married to him now. You only just got married yesterday, so what are you going on about? You already have yourself your dream husband now, right? That whole wedding, I canceled it. I'd never get married to a man that's beneath me. My dad was crying for me to stop doing all of that, but I canceled the wedding anyway and ran from there. Really? You ended up canceling that whole wedding after I'd left? So that's why I'm telling you to give me your boyfriend right now. If you're planning to tell me no, then I'll have to come there and steal him from you again. You can either be quiet and hand him over, or I'll come and take him from your crying hands. Now, choose which one you'd like to do. I'm not choosing either, actually. I'm not ever giving him to you, and he doesn't even want to be with you in the first place. And after we got back from your wedding yesterday, he ended up proposing to me. Just because he proposed to you doesn't mean that he won't still come to me. You may have forgotten this already, but I've stolen all of your other boyfriends in the past, so he'll be no different. So no matter how much you love your man and he loves you, I'll make him mine. I've had experience winning tons of men over to me, so I'll be able to get him without even breaking a sweat. I wonder about that. You only ended up taking 2 of my boyfriends away from me in the past. The other men that you took from me back then were just guys that I was in an open relationship with. Huh? What do you mean by open relationship? You always seemed so proud of yourself for stealing them from me, so I didn't want to say anything to you. But there was this huge rumor back in school about how any guy that started to date me would no doubt end up dating you soon after. Sort of like a thing where those guys had to date me first if they wanted a chance of being with you kind of thing. Anyway, all of those guys were in an open relationship with me, meaning I was totally fine with them going out with another woman, and usually when they did that, I'd let them go. And I was totally fine with it because they all really only wanted to be with me up until you came to take them off my hands. Excuse me? In middle school, that first guy I dated, I really was into and liked a lot. But after you took him from me, followed by also taking the next man I dated from me, I was left wondering if it was even worth it for me to date anyone else. But then that rumor started, and so I began to get all sorts of guys asking me out and wanting to date me in hopes of one day being taken by you. Really, you could say that I was the one that helped you get all those boyfriends. So, what you're saying is that most of those guys back then didn't even date you over anything serious? They were pretty much just with you to get me to notice them? I mean, I had fun hanging out with them and going on dates, but it never had anything to do with romance. Actually, I charged a few of them to date me, around $100 per guy. You got $100 for every guy that was with you? I said it as a joke at first, but then guys would actually hand the money to me while asking me out. So because of you being such a petty loser, I was able to make over $1,000. So that money I gave you to get into your wedding was pretty much that money I made off those guys back then. Like I said, I made over $1,000, so it was more than enough to pay my way into your wedding. Wait a second. So you're saying all those guys I stole from you wasn't due to me being sexy or anything like that? I did all of that with the intention of making you feel bad. Yet you didn't feel bad at all. Instead, you were making money off what I'd done. That's right. I didn't really take any damage from you. If anything, you were like my part-time job. What? All those guys only wanted to go out with me with the intention of you coming to steal them. So of course they went into your arms so easily back then. But now, the man I'm with is not like all those schoolboys. He loves me from the bottom of his heart. And I will never think about letting you have him. I'm sorry, but I don't think you'll be able to take him from me like all those other guys back then. Shut the hell up! So you lied to me all this time then? I can't believe that I was deceived by some ugly mutt all these years. I'm not going to be forgiving you for any of that. I can understand why you're mad at me right now, but you don't have the right to be blaming me for any of that. It actually hurt a lot the first time you stole my boyfriend from me. And when you stole my second boyfriend from me, that hurt even worse than the first. And now I'll never be able to forget the pain and sadness I had from when those two events happened to me. Shut up already. Of course I had to steal those guys from you because there was no way I'd let some gross chick like you have boyfriends before me. Yet you used that to play me like a fiddle in the end. You are the worst friend ever. Well, to you, maybe I'm a pretty bad friend. But since we both hate each other a whole lot now, we should give up on using that term, friend. So I'd like to recommend that we end things between us here. Huh? From now on, don't you ever send me any messages or anything ever again, okay? So now let's you and I go our separate ways and enjoy our lives. Bailey, have a good one. After that, according to things I'd overheard, it seems that Bailey was left having to pay for the whole wedding that she'd canceled. But she continued to say that she shouldn't have to pay for it, rather her dad should. And after trying to use that excuse so many times, she was kicked out of the house by her dad. Of course, this all caused the talks of her dad getting that bonus to go down the drain, and so he was furious with his daughter for what she'd done. This led to him pretty much disowning her, and she was on her own. But that wasn't enough to knock her down completely, and she told her dad that she'd go find her dream man on her own, saying that she was beautiful and it would be easy to get any man to marry her. And with that confidence in her, she went to all kinds of speed dating parties and stuff, but she never came out with anyone. I guess from all those fake men that she had supposedly stolen from me throughout high school, she had no real dating experience with anyone. And because of that, she doesn't actually know how to pick up men of our age now that we're all adults. I think it's due to all that any guy she does get to talk to her immediately turns around and tells her that although she is pretty, she does not have the attitude of an adult woman. So now, Bailey's been left with very few men that are willing to be around her.
Hey, Taylor, I have something to say to you. I decided to take your boyfriend and make him mine. From today, Liam is officially my boyfriend.
Daisy, what the heck are you talking about? What made you suddenly say all this to me?
Didn't you understand what I said before? Liam is here next to me saying that he wants to become my boyfriend. So from today onwards, that's what he'll be. Since you're such a wise adult, you need to back off, all right?
Are you kidding me right now, Daisy?
I have nothing to kid about. After all, a beautiful woman deserves to be with someone of her own kind. Liam has such a handsome-looking face, and above all that, he's a doctor with a high annual income. Of course, he's the perfect type of guy for me.
Okay, now just hold on a minute, Daisy. Liam is actually next to you and saying all of this? Actually, now that I think about it, I wasn't able to get in contact with him yesterday. You're not telling me that you both got together yesterday and decided on this?
Well, yes, we meet up yesterday, but we've been together basically all of this week. We started to living together in his room, actually.
You're already living together? Don't you know that he's my fiancé? We had already promised each other that we were going to get married and plan a ceremony for next year. And now he turns around and says he wants to become your boyfriend? What do you mean that you've been living together since this week?
No matter what you promised to each other, it no longer matters. Liam doesn't want to be with you anymore. He doesn't even like you. And that he wants to date me instead.
What the heck is going on here? Daisy, are you for real?
Well, I think that any man would choose me over you. Who would want to date the sister who was always too serious and super ugly over the young and beautiful younger sister anyways? That's why he chose to be with me. Because I'm hot and, well, you're not.
What? Are you just messing with my head right now? Could it really be that my fiancé was stolen away by my own younger sister?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. Stop trying to marry such a good and handsome man when you're so ugly and don't deserve someone like that. It's such a waste for you to have someone like Liam. Oh, that's right. Should I take this opportunity to introduce a suitable man to you, big sister?
I don't need you to do anything like that.
Oh, come on now. Don't say things like that. I know an ugly guy that would be perfect for you. However, it's my ex-boyfriend.
Are you kidding me, Daisy?
No, I'll give you my ex-boyfriend, William. He's ugly and not my type at all, so I can give him to you. But he does have a lot of money. He's an elite member of a pretty large company, so his annual income is good. That's why I put up with him for so long and continue dating him. But I don't need him anymore.
You didn't need him, but dated him anyways. And now you go ahead and steal my fiancé, and he let you? How could you just treat someone like that by dragging them along and giving the poor guy false hope? What you've done is the worst thing I can possibly think of.
I don't really care what I do to the boyfriends I have. I do whatever I want. I only ever saw William as an ATM. He was just my bank. Then I thought, is there a man out there that can give me more money than William and that's more handsome? So, of course, I switched it up really quickly so I could get what I want.
I feel so bad for your ex-boyfriend, who I never got to meet. I can't believe a girlfriend like you would think to do that.
If you feel so sorry for him, then why don't you just go and comfort him, huh? I mean, why don't you both get married already since you're both ugly and would go well together?
Get married to a stranger? Have you gone mad?
You know, I heard something from Liam actually, that you want to have a child really soon. Is that right? And then, just when you're about to get married to Liam, I swoop in and steal him away and take so much opportunities. Oops. Even if you were to go out and find a man right now, it would be a ticking time bomb since you're 30 years old. There's absolutely no man on this planet who would want to marry such an old woman like you and have children with her. So, why don't you marry my ex-boyfriend as soon as possible?
Wow, Daisy. Thank you for your excellent advice in my love life. You know, I never thought the person who would ruin my potential marriage to someone would be so kind to me.
Whoa. Now, why are you getting so aggro at me, Taylor? I'm literally giving you William so that I can have your doctor fiancé. He's all mine now. There would be no problems in exchanging boyfriends now, would there?
I guess not. Fine. I guess I'll go ahead and marry William. If that's what you want so bad, then fine. I'll give you what you want. What do you think of that?
Wow, really? Are you serious? That's actually hilarious. I never expected my oh-so-serious older sister would come along for the ride. Well then, I'll give William all of your contact details later, and we can go on with our lives.
Hello, is this Taylor? I'm William, Daisy's ex-boyfriend. She gave me your number. Is it true that you want to marry me? Or is this some kind of practical joke? Daisy told me to contact you about wanting to get married and that sort of thing.
Oh, hello, William. It is nice to meet you, I guess. I'm so sorry about my stupid sister. She can really be such a pain in the butt. I mean, I've had to live with her my whole life, so I know what I'm talking about. Whilst Daisy was dating you, she was dating my fiancé and thinks it would be a great idea to swap partners. Why, I don't know.
You're fine. There's no need to apologize to me about any of this. Besides, I was fully aware that I was being treated like an ATM. I always thought that something like this would happen someday. I never expected that Daisy's sister would say that she wanted to go out with me. Is this some kind of practical joke?
Well, it definitely wasn't a joke. I was being serious about that.
Whoa, what? Really? I mean, that is actually all just news that I'm hearing for the first time ever.
Yeah, I don't know why it happened this way. I'm sorry. I know that this probably isn't how you wanted things to go down either. But sometimes, I guess life just throws a curveball at you, huh? I don't know. I guess it just goes to show that you can never really know what's going to happen from one day to the next. I was actually joking. Or rather, the words just kind of slipped out of my mouth. I was so angry at my sister's attitude towards me. I mean, she is really just such a selfish jerk. I can honestly hardly even believe that someone like her really exists. I was shocked about all the cheating that's been going on, and I was so confused about a lot of other things. Then I just said that I would marry you instead of my ex. I know it's kind of crazy, but I guess that I was just so upset with the way she was talking to me and treating me. I guess I just kind of saw red and said the first thing that came to my mind, you know? I just wanted to get married to someone as soon as possible and just be happy again.
Oh, okay, so that's what you meant by wanting to marry me. I completely understand how you feel about that. I also just want to be happy again and forget what those two horrible people have done to me.
For sure. That's totally understandable. I feel the same way.
I'm also desperately wanting to forget the shock of being dumped in, quick. They say that the way to forget a crappy breakup is to find another love. Is that right? And that's why I go to a lot of matchmaking parties, but I just keep going around in circles and it's not great.
But isn't it amazing how those sorts of parties can work out for people wanting to find love? I also want to get married soon and have children, so I want to work hard to do that.
Oh, wow, so you're in quite a rush to have a child, huh? I actually had no idea about that at all. I don't think your sister ever mentioned anything like that to me at all.
Well, actually, when I was little, it was a constant dream of mine to be a mother one day. I want to give birth and have a loving and happy family by my side.
That's great news. I had the same dream as well. When I was a little boy, I dreamed of being a father. I wanted a wife and child that I could take care of and support with being in that father role. But when you say something like that at a matchmaking party, I kept hearing things like, "You're the type of guy who will push childbearing duties onto the wife."
Really? That's so not true. I think your dream is wonderful.
Wow, that's the first time someone has said something like that to me. Okay, Taylor, would you want to get married to me? That's if you don't mind. Wait, no, it doesn't seem right to suddenly get married, does it? What do you think of getting married without having dated or even met? This is the first time I met someone whose values about marriage have been really close to mine. Although we were both rejected by our exes, I think we do have some sort of connection.
That's certainly true, but I think it's fine. We're both looking for our next partner in life.
Well, I was dating your little sister, so please rest assured that I have no physical connection to her anymore. After all, she did treat me like an ATM and wasn't doing anything that a typical lover would do for their partner.
Really? She didn't take care of you?
I loved her so much, so I just contributed a lot to the relationship. Well, maybe she didn't as much. Like when we go out on a date, she wouldn't even hold hands or touch me at all. And I think it's because I didn't feel good being around her and being on edge all the time. We didn't do anything that typical couples would do. We never even stayed at each other's house overnight.
How could a girl be so cruel to someone she's supposed to be in love with? But on the contrary, I'm relieved you got out of it. I think we'll have fun going out together, William. I really do.
Oh, okay. So, would you like to go out with me sometime? I'm sorry it's odd to ask you out even though we haven't really met face to face yet.
Well, yeah, come to think of it, no, we haven't met before. But it's okay. I mean, through this messaging alone, I think you're a really honest and respectable guy. I'm looking forward to meeting you, William.
You've really done it this time, Taylor. You're actually dating William, aren't you? That's so insane to me. And it's so funny that you're actually married to him now. I couldn't stop laughing when I heard the story from Mom earlier.
Well, at the time, you said that I should get married to William. What's wrong with taking your word literally and doing that?
Oh my god, my stomach hurts from laughing so much. But I think you both look really great together, even though you're both ugly. Without a doubt, you can definitely have children now. But if the parents are ugly, then the children will definitely be ugly too. I feel so sorry already for them.
Actually, Daisy, I'm already pregnant. That's why we decided to get married really soon. It's for the purpose of having a baby.
I knew it! You're already pregnant with your ugly child.
Well, William and I are joining forces as we want to be happy together. So don't even think about getting involved with us ever again. Even when my child is born, we aren't letting you meet it. I've explained the situation to our parents, and William doesn't want to see you either.
Oh, I see. Do what you like, Taylor. Besides, I'm going to end way happier than you both will ever be. Even if an ugly person gets married and has children, he can't beat a life of a beautiful woman like me. It's about time for me to get married to Liam and live a happy life like I'm a celebrity.
Wow. You're still having an affair with him, I see.
Naturally. Of course I am. There's no way I'd miss out on a good-looking doctor with a high income. I will definitely be wanting to marry Liam. And I can enjoy my life as a celebrity in the luxury apartment of my dreams. A new mansion just opened near the airport in that fancy suburb. I'm so excited that I'll be able to see it soon.
Huh? Did you say near the airport?
A super high-end tower apartment with a gym and a beauty salon recently opened. I said to Liam that I wanted to live there, and he replied that that would be the perfect place for us. Isn't that sweet? I'm sure he's preparing to buy it now and keep it a secret from me.
I hate to break it to you, little sister, but we already live in that apartment you wanted.
Wait, what?
So, it's a bit late to start preparing yourself to live there, isn't it? I heard that all the rooms in the building are sold out.
No way. You're kidding me, right? Now, just hang on a minute there, Taylor. How the heck are you and William able to afford to live in a luxury apartment like that? You can't just live there if you aren't a wealthy person that works for a big company. You and ugly William would never be able to afford the rent for a place like that.
Didn't you know that William is the heir of a real estate tycoon?
Are you serious? What are you talking about? This is the first time that I'm hearing about any of this. Are you really trying to tell me that I didn't even know who my own fiancé was? Do you really think I'm just going to believe you like that?
Actually, I didn't buy it in the first place. William got it from a real estate agent who manages the luxury apartments, you see.
Wait, what? That's how he got it? The luxury apartment? And what do you mean that he's the heir of a real estate tycoon? What did you say about that earlier? You never followed up on that one detail that I said I hadn't heard of before. I had no idea about any of that before now, so I want you to tell me what in the world is that you're talking about, because I had no idea about any of that until now. And I have to say that if what you're trying to tell me in these text messages is actually really indeed true, then that is just crazy.
Well, I'm only just telling you the truth, Daisy, okay? I mean, what would I have to gain from lying to you about this, right? Why would I even think of doing something like that? Does that really sound like me? You know that isn't something that I would actually lie about, right? Apparently, William's family have been in the real estate business for generations. His ancestors owned large pieces of land.
And what's that got to do with it? I don't understand what that fact that you just told me has anything to do with the situation that I'm talking about with you now. You better explain to me how one of those things has anything to do with the other, because things just aren't adding up for me at all with the information that you're giving me.
Well, when they built that luxury apartment block near the airport, it seemed that the management company asked his family to sell the land and cooperate with them on the project.
But that's not fair. I had no idea that his family were so well off.
Well, you should have done your homework before you decided to go and run off with my fiancé. He doesn't make as much as you think he does. He's good and making things bigger than they actually are.
But he was so convincing. This just isn't fair. William was my boyfriend first. I should be with him. Please, call the marriage off with him. I deserve all the nice things in life.
Don't you get it, Daisy? You're so dim sometimes. William doesn't want anything to do with you, period. Stay away from him, and stay away from me for that matter. You screwed me over and him as well. If you come anywhere near us, we'll involve the authorities. Good luck with your own life. Goodbye forever.
But you can't just cut me off like that. I basically handed you William. I need him back so I can get the things I want. This is not over. Get back here and reply to me. This is so not fair.
After that, our child was born safe and well. Our little family is living happily and peacefully together. Rumor has it that Daisy thinks she'll be more happier than her older sister. Due to William's kindness, he's at a much higher level of man than Liam ever was. It seems like Liam was playing around with his money and letting it speak for him. He was thinning on top of his head, and his number of girlfriends decreased. Lately, he's been spending most of his nights alone. Daisy moved to another city after feeling embarrassed about being cut off by her parents. She spends a lot of her time trying to earn money to stay afloat.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.